So Dawson Barksdale is our inaugural presenter. He is the founder of Cyphr, and I'm saying that right. All right, good. It was launched almost 4 years ago, and the business expanded over the following 3 years across Dallas, Denver, Nashville, and Seattle. They're going through a rebrand, or a rebuild, if you want to call it that. So they shut their doors to begin this rebuilding process that really required them to stop. So what can our community do for you? These are the 3 questions. For the business owners, what would make this a daily use software for you? This is the type of product that you would want to get feedback on to check in on a daily basis. So would you check in on a daily basis? For the user side of things, what would make a platform like this addictive to you? So what are thinking about some things that would make you want to go back to the app, go back to the platform? So without further ado, I want to introduce Dawson Barksdale, the CEO of Cyphr.
Well, I was told the mayor would be here, so I wore a jacket. Thank you. I am overwhelmed and humbled to be here. I've got a lot of ground to cover, so I will say some thank yous at the end, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and I definitely need your help. As you know, my name is Dawson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a company formerly known as Cyphr. Here's the problem. For local businesses, hanging up an open sign doesn't work like it used to. We sometimes, most of us, I won't point any fingers, pay more attention to our smartphones than we do our own friends and family, or to some random guy on a Wednesday morning at the Hyatt in Round Rock after I've had a cup of coffee. Not pointing at anybody, all of you look like you're looking at me, but we pay attention to our smartphones all the time, and businesses large and small know this. The way businesses are currently trying to grab our attention on our smartphone is by screaming as loud as I can to grab our attention. Hope that didn't scare anybody up here. That is effective once. It's expensive and becomes very obnoxious. And local businesses can't afford any of those risks. So, local businesses have a voice, and we think that voice deserves to be heard. So we set out to try to solve the problem. How do we give them a voice? For the platform to work, it had to have 3 components. For users, it had to save them some money. Otherwise, we're just sending ads, and I'll pay extra for you not to send me your ad. I don't want to see it. I'll pay extra for it. So we had to save the user some real money, not just send them cat videos. It's cute for some. For businesses, it had to drive real sales, not mysterious sales, not if you do this and that it turns into, but real sales. Business owners needed to see when you do this and I pay for that, I get this sale from it. Show that to me. And for both parties, it had to be simple. The user said, don't make me think about it, don't make me search for it, don't make me pay for it, I'll use it all the time. And the businesses said, Dawson, if you can make this easier than Facebook and faster than Twitter, I'll use it every day. Especially if you get the first 2 right. So here's how it worked. Past tense. Here's how it worked. Don't go looking for it in the App Store. We pulled it. We're rebuilding it. It's not available there. Users would set up an account, download the app, set up an account, select the businesses in their community that they wanted to hear from, whether it's a business they already know about or a business that they wanted to know more about. They could learn a little bit about them through the app, but they select the businesses they want to hear from. Then the business sends out what we called a secret. Now this is really important, so listen close. I'll try to explain this correctly. A secret had a 12-hour duration for the user to view it. And the secret always had some sort of incentive from the business to come in now. During that 12 hours, if the user viewed it, they could save it and redeem it in store later. The expiration could be anywhere from 12 hours to 12 years. We didn't care. But the duration of how long a user could view it was 12 hours. Just like in the real world, if I share something valuable with you and you're not listening, I'm not going to share it with you again. That's why we called it a secret. We got a lot of play with that. Had a lot of fun with it. Then, if they save it in their app, they can go in and use it as a mobile coupon, a live mobile coupon, so it can't be copied, it can't be shared, it can't be mimicked. They can use it in there and redeem it like a mobile coupon in the store. This is our revenue model. Really simple. When a user views a secret, during that 12-hour window, we charge the business 10 cents. To make this make sense, if 10 users viewed your secret during that 12-hour window, we charge you $1. This guaranteed that a business would never waste a dime on a user that wasn't paying attention. They didn't look at it, we didn't charge you for it. Real simple. Also required scalability. We'll get to that in a minute. These are our beta test results in our first 12 months in Waco. We launched it in Waco, which at the time that we launched it was still not a fixer-upper town. It just needed fixing, okay? So we didn't get to ride that way. But this is a 12-month period, and the number I want to point your attention to is the 4,000 secrets redeemed. That's 4,000 real transactions that we can point to and say, we caused that. We for sure caused that. Did we cause more? Sure as heck we did. But can we point at it and say that we did? No. But we know 4,000 transactions at least during those 12 months of the businesses that were on board. When I said that it needed to drive sales and real sales for businesses, I meant it, and we did it. And no, that's not a typo. No, I didn't believe it either at first. You can't see it. 3,345% return on investment for a local running gear store in Belton, Texas. Now, I know you math folks are asking, Dawson, what's that in real dollars? How much is 3,345% for that business in real money? It was over $1,200. And they told us that month, it was for a 7-day expiration for one of their secrets, that it covered their rent that month. That's real sales. So what are we changing? A lot of stuff. We're going to be changing the addictiveness of it for users. How do we make this more addicting? We're trying to look at some other apps that have completely different uses that are real addicting. Some of them really discouraging, but really addicting, and try to make it more addictive. We want to use geofencing options. When we launched 4 years ago, geofencing was a lot more difficult. Now they have plug-and-play systems that we can use for that. Social sharing features to incorporate different social media sites, all the ones that you know about, active media, whether it's audio, visual, or augmented reality, which we're looking into. So if anybody has any experience in that, we'd love to talk to you afterwards. And we want to incorporate what we believe is the first passive loyalty rewards program on the planet. We're looking into ways to do that and incorporate that. The organizational changes, we're rebuilding from the core. This is the team that you're looking at right now. We're rebuilding from the core. Implementing the sales blitz. We started to implement the sales blitz, which helped us launch into the Denver, Seattle, and Nashville markets, starting to launch into San Antonio, Austin, and a couple other markets. It was starting to work, so we want to implement that from the beginning and not wait 3.5 years to figure that out. We'd love to secure some seed money sooner. That's very helpful. When you run out of money, it's hard to run a business. And we definitely need dedicated developers. That's hard to run without it. The other thing we're changing is the brand. If you see me 12 months from now, or 6 months from now, or 3 months from now, Cyphr won't exist. We're changing all of that because you IT folks are like, I thought this was a security app. The IT folks are giggling inside, they don't giggle outside. We're changing all of it, all the colors, all that. And so that'll also be changing. What won't change is our mission. We believe that local businesses is what makes this country so darn great. And they're losing their voice. And there are a lot of people trying to solve this problem. Until it gets solved, we'll be damned if we don't keep trying to solve it. Local businesses have a voice, and we're going to do everything we can to give them that voice in this noisy world that we live in. So that won't change. And with that, I hope that was way more than 6 minutes. This is my favorite.